So here we go. Today we're going to bypass the PCV line and we're going to replace the camshaft cover. So we got to pull off intake hose, this line here. We're going to replace it all and bypass. We're going to address a engine light and some rough idling, lack of power, fun stuff. So quick update here. We've got the cam cover off. Gasket came off pretty clean, but I'm still going to just wipe down the edges of the head there and make sure I don't get any holes in the new gasket. But cams look okay. There's no coolant in the oil, which was an issue I previously had in this one, so I'm pretty happy with that. But the issue is a problem inside the PCV baffling up in here. There's a check valve that goes missing. You would normally see it straight in here. There's like supposed to be, but it's missing, is supposed to be a small orange little nub that you can see, and that's the PCV check valve, or one of the check valves. But people have been replacing the whole intake manifold for that, but what I'm going to do, as I stated, is install a bypass kit so we don't have to worry about that port anymore. We're just going to plug it up, and then that should stop this from happening again in the future, hopefully. Worth noting, I was getting some sweating from the front of the cam cover here, and upon inspection of the gasket, found it to be, you can see actually here as well, there's quite a bit of oil on the outside of the valve, or cover where it shouldn't be. Where did I find it? There it is. This is what the gasket looked like at that point, so 2 for 1 on this repair here. We'll fix a leaking valve cover gasket at the same time. Bonus. Okay, new cam cover installed and torqued. Most ancient torque wrench in the world. 71 inch-pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you know, I don't write these specifications, nor do I engineer them. So next is to assemble the PCV bypass, which will take some time, and then to install it, and we got to let some JB weld set. So I won't even be able to test this until tomorrow, unfortunately, but that's the way she goes. Okay, quick update. I have assembled the bypass hose for the PCV system. So basically what we've done is we pulled off an evap line from here, and we've added in a Y junction to that, which bypasses back to the inlet for the turbo down under here, this guy here, and that will bypass the check valve that is tucked in there that we've lost, and we're going to add a plug into this inlet valve so that that port is no longer open and no longer bleeding vacuum from the crankcase up into our cam cover, and that should address the leak. So some of these barbs, though, holy smokes, the Herculean strength you need, and I'm still not entirely fully seated up against them, but they definitely shouldn't be any leaks there. But the kit comes with all the clamps and all the good stuff that you need, and yeah, so that's kind of where we are right now. Got to put that plug in and then get this line all connected, and we got to wait. This plug is held in with JB weld, so we need to actually wait for 15 hours after we set it in order to make sure that the JB weld is set before we can actually even fire this up and test it. So that'll be tomorrow's little hopefully good news. So I've got the new bypass installed, intake plenum's back in place as well. So we're plugged in down there at the turbo with the new line running up here, and this is the port that we put our plug in, so we have to let the JB weld set in there. Then tomorrow this gets capped on top of that. So what this whole kit basically does is it moves that that bypass valve from inside the intake manifold in there, and it makes it far more serviceable just right here, right this guy here. So, and then that bypasses along the evap line and joins up with the intake and all that stuff here. So we achieve the same goal while making this little problematic PCV valve serviceable. And I've got some extra valves that came with the kit as well, in case that does decide to plug up down the road. Hopefully this will sort out some of the oil burning that I've been getting, because I've been going through about half the oil capacity between oil changes. You'll go through some with turbocharged engines, but it always seemed a little more excessive to me than I would have liked. But I guess we'll see at the next oil change. But for now, I'll close it up, let it set, and hopefully tomorrow I haven't screwed anything up too bad. Okay, moment of truth this morning. We've got our line reconnected here. I'll probably zip tie that in later just to make sure it doesn't slip around. Now let's start this sucker for the first time in about a week. See how she's doing. Feels like a pretty good idle so far. I've got an OBD2 tool that I'll connect and make sure the codes are gone and that we got good readings, but so far so good. Let that idle come down a little bit. Feels pretty good.